Alright guys, here's the game, and I'm gonna apologize in advance because this game, it doesn't end well. I played so many games with this deck, and I won so many games with this deck, and yet not a single one of the replays worked out well. None of them! Like, most of them would crap out by like the 5th turn. I had one that crapped out at like the 12th turn. Just they were either corrupted or they didn't save or something, and I was getting so pissed off and I was really frustrated. But I knew I wanted to get you guys an article on Friday, and so I finally, Thursday evening, I decided to give it one more shot, and here we are with this game right here. And you'll see why I'm upset with the way that this game turned out at the end. But putting all that aside, let's take a look at who we're fighting against. Today we've got Thromok, who I've never played against, so he should be interesting. Ragnar is he's obviously pretty defensive. I have no idea what to expect from him. Thromok's obviously counter tokens and big scary stuff. And then Damia can play a variety of control type decks. I've seen even a wizard tribal deck from Damia, so the ability to fill your hand after you dump it is always awesome. So looking at Ruhan here, our first hand would look actually really good if it contained a mountain, because I've got Anger, and I've got Godo, and I've got Soul Ring. So I could do first turn Soul Ring, second turn Anger, and then if I had a mountain, I'd be pretty happy because I'd be able to cast Godo real quick. But I don't have a mountain, so I decide, you know what? Even though I've got a sword, and I got Godo, and I've got Drake Umbra, I don't have a mountain, so I won't be able to cast Ruhan possibly anytime soon, and the anger is not going to matter until I get a mountain, so I sent it back. And people are deciding whether to mulligan. This is my mulligan, and I like this hand better because it gives me access to all three colors. I get the same sword, I get the same Umbra, which is a little goofy. I get a little bit of removal, and I get a wheel in case I just decide I need to accelerate a little bit and see what I can do. But hopefully what I can do is draw another land, cast Ruhan on turn 4, and start going to town. I think Thromok won the roll. Yeah, there he is. So the first couple turns aren't all that exciting. Expedition map, so I can go ahead and play that first turn. Second turn I can search up my 4th land to make sure that I am able to drop Ruhan. Damia plays Portent, which is an interesting card. I draw a Soul Ring, which will help me make sure that I get what I need. I go for Academy Ruins just because I like the recursion this early in the game. Thromok plays Goblin Bombardment, which is always nice. Ragnar. Okay, Damia misses a land drop. I didn't notice at the time I was playing the game, but I'm not too worried about it at this point. I've got Academy Ruins in hand, and I drew another land, Rugged Prairie. So I'm going to go ahead and cast Ruhan and hope that he lasts a turn. Unfortunately, Ruhan does what he usually does. Oh, Awakening Zone. Nice. Which is Ragnar comes out in order to defend against Ruhan. He eats an Eye Blight's Ending and dies. Well, the good thing is I've got enough land where I can play him again next turn. I drew another land. And there's Ruhan out again to stomp around. Awakening Zone. Oh, yeah, this is me. You could see down here, like, where we're all talking, and I tried to say that Ruhan's awful. Ruhan isn't that good. I mean, he's nice, but he's so inconsistent, it's ridiculous. So Mirari's Wake is something I don't ever want to see again. Oh yeah, that's right. I played Drake Umbra, and I hit somebody. Who did I hit? Oh, that's right. I hit Ragnar. That was awesome. So Ragnar's already got 10, and then I revoke existence as Mirari's Wake just to put, hurt him a little more. But Ragnar plays Clone, which gets around the Drake Umbra and kills Ruhan again. So, problem solved at least for a little bit. Garrick comes out and is going to start helping out Damia with her mana issues. Thromok has played Parallel Lives, which is going to be good, obviously, for a token deck. He's got 3 different enchantments out. And so an Austere Command here would be nice, but I never draw it. I do have Orm's Thunder, and I'm going to basically sit back and wait and see what's going to be the problem. Search for Tomorrow I don't care about. I drew another land. I play Feast. Sort of Feast of Famine. My plan next turn is to blow something up before my turn and then wheel, hopefully right afterwards. Defense of the Heart, another enchantment. So I'm going to throw Defense of the Heart at somebody probably. But I'm going to wait to see what happens before my turn. I take 2 from Ragnar. That's fine, I deserve that. Oh, Echoing Truth, that's right. So he tries to use Echoing Truth on the spawn, and it gets thrown back at the Damia player. All the spawn do. So Garrick's, I decide Damia, I don't want to deal with Damia, especially because there's only 2 cards in her hand. She twin casts it. I throw Defense of the Heart at Damia, and what she does is she twin casts it and throws, I believe, Awakening Zone at Ragnar, which is interesting. I kind of would have thought Parallel Lives would have been a bigger play, or something that would have been a little more scary, but I guess he is only sitting on 3 lands, so Awakening Zone definitely sets him back, blowing up Awakening Zone. Looks like Ragnar doesn't have any sort of mana problems, and then Damia is doing better because she's got Garrick. So I've got a sword out here, Solemn Simulacrum, an empty hand, a Wheel of Fortune that I play. Kablow, and I draw a bunch of stuff. I equip Solemn Simulacrum, I have removal. Poor Thromok here, dumped, Avenger of Zendikar, Eternal Witness, and Prime Time. But, at least he's going to get lands now, and everybody should like me for that. Plant token, Skull Clamp. Go ahead and clamp something, draw some cards. Alright. Oh, one of the things Ragnar dumped was Genesis. He tutors for Prime Time, but doesn't have a second green. So it just casts Muldrifter to draw Prime Time. And there we go. Damia is going to search for tomorrow. She's going to use Garrick again. Mimeoplasm. Mimeoplasm copies Thromok's Primeval Titan and pulls something out. I don't even remember what it was. Oh, Genesis. And takes out Genesis from Ragnar's graveyard. That's a good play, actually. Mimeoplasm I've seen played occasionally, and, it's actually a pretty good card, especially in late game, because there's usually a bunch of stuff in graveyards. Oh, and uses Bojuka Bog to get rid of Thromok's graveyard. And cultivates. So no more mana problems for Damia. And it's a Kurtai Builder. So I've got Batterskull, and I've got Knight of the White Orchid. I'm going to try and catch up, but he's got Prime Time. I'm not going to be able to catch up. But Knight of the White Orchid should hopefully help me a little bit. And that's when Ragnar drops. Disappointing. I hate it when people drop, but you know what? Real life happens. There's nothing more to do about that. Play the Oathsworn Giant. I give him haste and vigilance, even though he already has vigilance. I was thinking about attacking Garrick at this point. Garrick only has 3 loyalty, and I could kill him by getting past him with the Solemn Simulacrum, but I really wanted to be able to untap so I could either play Batterskull or the Hedge Mage. Hedge Mage, it's looking like Damia's the big threat, so I don't really want to blow up a bunch of Thromok's stuff just yet. But Hedge Mage is going to be useful here in a little bit. And I can play Batterskull too. So I hit Damia, and I decided to just sit back and wait. Deranged Hermit, that's a crap ton of tokens with the Parallel Lives out. So, even with all the tokens out there, I'm going to get rid of Ragnar because Ragnar's not around anymore. Prime Time is going to be stomping around, and I have a feeling because none of my guys are real big, it's going to come after me at this point. I can still use Slayer Stronghold or something. Oh, this is what he does. He Evil Twins and copies my Oathsworn Giant. Who would have thought that that would be a popular thing to copy? And Damia comes back out because she only has 2 cards in hand, and Swiftfoot Boots. So now I know I'm going to blow up the boots with the Hedge Mage. Prime Time comes after me. I block with my Pro Green Solemn Simulacrum. I should have gotten it off of him and just blocked with him so that I could draw a card, but... Hey, more land. Okay, this is the land stuff that was annoying the crap out of me, and I'm not sure... Ristic Study or something might help. I don't know. But, doesn't always happen. Oh yeah, I blow up Parallel Lives, but it's a little late. And I play Batterskull, and I'm going to put Sword on something. And basically, at this point, I just want life. And so, what I do is, I send... Stop! I send the Batterskull after Garrick. I send my Pro Green Oathsworn Giant after Thromok, and I just send the Simulacrum so that I can draw something, because I'm hoping for some sort of card draw. I untap. I get Dismantling Blow, which is kind of a draw. I mean, it's 2 cards, and I get to blow something up. I also put Batterskull on my Giant. He lets his Hermit go, and he's going to start skull clamping stuff to draw cards. And then he's going to bust out Thromok and eat all the squirrels. And Thromok's 49/49 with a Kessig Wolverine out. But he knows that I'm not the biggest threat out there right now. I really kind of thought, I'll be honest, at the time, I thought that what he was going to do was use Goblin Bombardment to sacrifice a bunch of the squirrels to kill Damia so that he wouldn't be able to get a new grip of cards, because he only had 2 cards in hand. He did have 6 squirrels. I thought that was going to be a perfect time to do that, but he didn't, and so Damia goes about stomping. Oh yeah, I block Prime Time, and then I give Prime Time double strike with Sun Home. And it's all part of Damia's plan, because he then kills his own Oathsworn Giant so that he can set up, and then plays Grave Robber to steal crap out of people's graveyards, and then plays Living Death. And this is where the game goes to hell, because it turns out it's bugged. Thromok's still out there. So, yeah, that's not good, right? I mean, it's... and then he tries to play Dance of Many, but Dance of Many doesn't copy anything. And then I try to play Godo, and I think I Dismantling Blowed something first. And it doesn't matter, because even though I draw 2 cards, my 2 cards are crap. And I play Godo, and he comes into play, and his Enter the Battlefield trigger doesn't work. So Thromok tries to, like, attack Damia. It doesn't matter. The game's crap. Basically, like, a whole bunch of bugs happen at the same time, and everybody quits right after this. So, it's not a full game. I'm sorry. I really apologize. What I can do, though, is I can show you another partial game. If I can find it here. That was the game I just played. That's a 4-player game I lost. I don't remember what happened there. I think I just ran into a ton of removal. This is a game I won. The replay lasts like 12 turns, and then it craps out again. But I'm going to show you guys anyways, just because it was actually a pretty good game. My hand here isn't bad. Stonehewer, I'm playing against Rain. Oh no, Rain's up here. Me. Sigenzer. Sensei's Divining Top. Oh my god, that card annoys the crap out of me. It's just a time waster. What? God, okay, whatever. So I've got Boots and Imperial Recruiter. going to go ahead and play the boots so that I can... Oh, Malignus. I drew Malignus. He's cool. Sig is mana screwed. Obviously, Zur is not. Tons of artifacts, but no blue. Phyrexian Arena to draw. Rain comes out to play. I bounce something. I probably keep my island just in case I want to envelop something. Since he's divining top weights. Oh, well, he uses it to draw something and play Soul Ring. Whatever. Zur comes out. Now, I debated in this game about waiting a turn so that I could put the boots on Ruhan or just bringing him out. I decided I didn't like seeing Zur out there, so I draw Wrath and I use it. So that way next turn I can play Ruhan and then put the boots on him and go to town. Cloud Key, naming creatures. That's different for a Sig. He Praetor's Council, the Sig player. Alright, so here comes Ruhan. He's fast. Who's he attack? Oh yeah, he goes after Sig. Stomps on Zig. Next turn, I can Swiftfoot Boots Malignus or something like that. Zur's going to come back out. Oh, Thada Addo. Hey, look at that. Animate Dead on his Solemn Simulacrum in order to ramp a little bit. He does have Mystifying Maze, which is a little bit annoying, but the boots will help out with that. Wormcoil Engine. Hey, somebody with Death Touch. Where is Ruhan going to go? Oh, yeah, right after the Death Touch guy. I do use Malignus to attack Zur, and Zur just took it, which was a little weird, dropping him to 18. Sig has Marrow Commerce, so he's not a super like hardcore Merfolk deck, but you know. Consecrated Sphinx. That's why. Well, it still doesn't explain why he took the 18-point hit from Malignus. I'm not really sure. But the Sphinx is going to be a pain in the butt in this game. I already told you how it ends. I win, but we don't really see how. Oh, Battle Mastery on Thada Addo. So he going after Neo again to steal his Mana Crypt and Everflowing Chalice. He's got a ton of mana Excel. Zur's just going bonkers. So Rain attacks, telegraphing some sort of bounce or removal or something. Kills the Simulacrum. Fine, whatever. Devastation Tide. Everything goes back to his hand, including all his mana. Guys that Thada Addo stole. Overflowing Chalice. And I draw Baneslayer. This isn't a bad hand. I Imperial Recruiter for Soltari Visionary, that's right, because Zur's obviously playing enchantments. I just like having the Visionary around. And I play Boots, and then I attack Zur, because Zur's the low-hanging fruit, and obviously kind of powerful with a lot of mana. So, none of the other guys, even though I know the Rain deck, and the Rain deck is good, the other guys aren't really too threatening at the moment. Consecrated Sphinx once again. Journeyer's Kite. Searching up more land. And he discards nothing relevant. Fencer. Fencer bounces the Sphinx so that he can't draw more cards. Azure Mage so that he can draw more cards. Or she, Rain. Drawing more land. Hey, look at Malignus is coming out. And I'm going to kill Zur with Malignus. Good game. Zur was scary. That's all there was to it. Again, we get more fun Merfolk dudes. Marrow Commerce. Rain draws a card from Azure Mage. Azure Mage is actually pretty good. Probably drew Mystical Tutor right there. Tutors for Blue Sun Zenith. Back to basics. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, I was so pissed. But I mean, I knew that he plays back to basics, so honestly, like back to basics and ruination are kind of just a general. You're gonna get screwed if people play it. This deck can come back from back to basics. It probably cannot come back from ruination. Yeah, I attack with Malignus. I'm basically gonna sit back and let these guys kind of like duke it out. Seasinger isn't bad. Well, it's not great, but it's not bad. Sword of Fire and Ice, sweet. Rain attacks me because I've got a big fat Malignus, and she kills Seasinger. The sword goes on Venser. He draws another card. Hey, look at Soul Ring. So what I'm hoping to do at this point is just draw some of my enchantment removal, and I guess a Plains to cast it. Duplicant's going to take out Malignus, probably. Oh, Lay Bare to counter it. Hey, look at that. And I get hit again. The sword keeps coming back for defense. And Rain just keeps drawing cards. Yeah. Command Tower. Okay, yeah, I play Luzon so that I can draw a card. And I attack various people. Yeah, people, Sig took the damage again. I get hurt again. My life is looking dangerously low at this point. You might be wondering, how the hell does he win this game? I actually did win this game. I drew what I needed to draw. I brought the Baneslayer Angel out just because I needed defense, and I wanted to be able to draw or gain some life. And I draw a card. This is where the game turns, because I honestly did not draw Sovereigns of Lost Alara here. What ends up happening in the game is that I do draw the enchantment removal, or something happens where it has to get blown up. Oh no, you know what happened? Is Rain, I think, had an Oblivion Stone and blew it up. And then I managed to come back and get Ruhan back out, and then he stomps around and kills everybody. So yes, it is possible to come back from a situation where back to basics is tapping down all my lands. I apologize, guys. I really wish I could have shown you an entire game. I had like 5 or 6 wins in a row, and I was so happy, and none of them turned out. So pissed, so annoyed. Hopefully the next game, or the next deck I play, I'll be able to get something good. I really apologize, but that's just... I wanted to show you that at least Ruhan could win. He could. He did. He won a lot. Alright, guys. Thanks a ton.